This video, we're going to be building the modified H body. It goes together pretty much the same as the 480 did, using the same connectors, the body connectors. So we're going to be making this one here. Of course, we're not going to be putting on the film. That'll be to whoever's choice on what color they wanted to do that. So let's get started. We have a frame here, and I've already mounted the bottom part here, and this is where we're going to attach these on this one instead of the arms. So we're ready to start on the body now. Need to put some screws in this. Okay, there we go. Again, we've cut this out, and the plans that are on the site, they're hand drawn, and I'm not getting them to come out to scale. So I've noted on there that they're not to scale, but all the measurements are on there, and it's very, very simple to lay it out on your foam. So I think it should go well for everybody there. If you do have a problem, go ahead and shoot me an email, and I'll do what I can to get it emailed over to you, so you could use it as a straight template. We're working on getting that done as soon as that's completed and it's a little bit more accurate as far as using it as a template. We'll put it up on the site and notify everybody. But right now, just use the measurements. You can download it, you can print it, and use the measurements and lay it out on your foam, and you'll be good to go. The other, again, we're marking the center on all of these, and it's going to make it a lot easier to go together. So we're going to get started, and we'll go ahead and we're not going to put it all the way. We're just about halfway here, and it lets it it's a little bit easier to manage than trying to go the whole thing at one time. So I've measured the center there, and I'm going to wrap it on around and hold it till it dries. And actually, you could do a little bit less than this, just catch the center part and then do the sides, and that's actually probably the easiest way to do it. But I'll hold this one and we'll do the other one that way. So I'll let that dry up a little bit and kind of clean that up. There we go. And we'll get this other side, then we'll come back and do the very ends. So let's go ahead and put some there. And once again, these bodies are super, super easy to put together. I do have on the site the STL files if you have a 3D printer and you want to print, or somebody who does, and you want to print the body attachments, you're more than welcome to download it and do that. I will have it up on the site today, and we will have them up for sale. So if you need them, just go ahead and place an order, and we'll get them over to you. Also, in the next couple of days, I'm going to be putting another item on, and that's a attachment to hook or to connect your GoPro to the front, or wherever you want to put it, but to connect it to the half by half wood. It's really nice. The camera, if you have it in the case, it'll screw right onto it, and it makes for a real nice install. So now we have 3 different ways you can mount the camera on. So a little bit of variety. And then also, I guess there's a 4th, because the gimbal also. And we're going to be doing some things with that in the future. I'm hoping to toward the end of this month, hopefully in 2 weeks, we might be doing a couple of videos to introduce the tricopter and the V-tail. So I'm kind of excited about that. I was missing a couple of parts on there, and they're getting close to finishing up the tooling for that, and we'll go into production. They'll go into production for us on that. So hopefully in 2 weeks we'll be doing some videos and have that up on the site for sale also. So I get that and hold it here to let it dry up. So that's gonna be real interesting. Like I was saying, I was never a big fan of tricopters for some reason, but I tell you what, through the design and development and flying the prototypes and this quad legs tricopter, I really fell in love with it. It's a very, very good flying multi-rotor, that's for sure. So we'll go ahead and do this, and I'm just gonna, put a little bit right here. We'll take this one a little bit slower. I think it'll be a lot easier. Again, we have the center marks here, and go ahead and line those up on the wrap and the side, and you can see this is a lot easier doing it this way. Line it up, and that'll work well like that. Kind of clean this up a little bit. Now, there's, quite a few different ways to put these together. I've just found that this works good for me. So, however it works for you, the only thing that I ask is please share it, how you're doing it. Always look forward to seeing how everybody else does it. Makes it a lot easier and a lot of learning. So we'll go ahead and get this side on. Got a little bit smarter today. Have my little piece of foam. Not so many burnt fingers. So we'll hold this here and let it dry. But this is a real easy way of doing this, and it's a good way to play around and meaning to come up with different designs and see what you like. And like I said, whenever it kind of gets a little bit more definitive on what everybody likes, we may just go into production with it and furnish it with the kits. But part of using the lugs, I think, is doing this sort of thing, coming up with your own idea and doing it and being able to change it again and again. You get bored with it, you get tired with it, you think you can do it a little bit better, you don't think you did it as good, you can always go back and change it. And that's part of the quad lug system, and that's really what I was shooting for when I was designing this. It's something that's real easy to change, easy to try different things, and just getting the multi-rotor to a new level, and that's a level of doing it your way and being able to change it, try it again, and being able to do that, I think, is a real good opportunity. So here we go. We're gonna try this now, see how it's fitting. It's looking pretty good. There we go. Got a little dry fit. It's nice and tight in between. That's what I wanted. Okay, good. Let me put this back on. Okay. Now, what we're going to do on this one that's a little bit different is that we're going to have these pieces here in, and that's going to hold the other part of our connector. So what we're going to do now, if we want if we want the body to be flush right here, what we can do is put this top piece on it, and let's just do it. Trial run here and see how deep we need that. And this is about the most complicated part of this whole thing, if you want to call it complicated. So, this is going to give me just about what I want right there. So, and I'm just going to leave those feet off right now. So it's looking like it's just going to be and it's kind of trial and error, but it's going to be a little bit under this lip right here. So I'm going to go ahead and fit this one to match. And we're going to put it level. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and get this one tied in. And let's let that dry for a little bit. We're going to go ahead and put the other one on. And I just cut these pieces. These are the 1-inch pieces, and I just, cut them. Actually, the width of the wrap is what I did ahead of time, is just cut them to that width. And, they're fitting very tight, as you can see. And that's what you want. You want a little bit tight fit so you can put them in, and they'll hold themselves in while you're kind of messing with it to see what height you want it at. And again, it's really easy to do. Just dry fit it on one side and do the other side and to match, and you should be okay. Okay, and I think we're going to go with that. That looks pretty good. And we'll level it up that way. Let me raise this up just a hair. And I'm just kind of eyeballing this. If you wanted to, you could put it where you want it and then go ahead and mark it. And that, again, would probably be the smartest thing. I don't usually always do the smartest thing. But anyway, here we go. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and put that. I'm a little bit better prepared on this one than the last one. I have an extra stick of hot glue. These are small. They don't last as long. This is pretty good. It's for getting in the small areas. Old Faithful here, it comes in handy. So we'll go ahead and finish that up. There we go. And we're going to let this dry for a little while, and then we'll go ahead and fit it onto these pieces. Once again, it's very easy to do. We're going to go ahead and put these on. We'll get them straight. And we just put there we go. We put the hot glue on top of this, and then when we set it on there, I think in the last video I said we have a couple of minutes to mess with it. Actually, there is some time that is actually seconds. So I guess the minute part, I'll probably get a few comments on that. Was a little ridiculous, but you know what I mean. Okay, well that's looking pretty good there. I'm gonna go ahead and dry fit it one more time, and it slides over the whole piece here. Let's see. Okay, that's fitting on there. That's fitting. That's Perfect. You know, you can adjust your height. I like to have, you know, the breathing room here because I put my ESCs in here, and you know, I have good ventilation for everything this way. Okay. Well, slide that back in. When you'll be doing this, obviously, you'll be finishing up with it, and so you'll have all these screwed in, so you know nothing's going to be moving around on you like it is me. But we'll go ahead and put some hot glue here, and we'll go ahead and set it on, and we'll check for our adjustments here. There we go. That's it. And that's about where we want it. We'll just make sure. Yep. I'm happy with that. We'll let it dry right there. And it's pretty amazing. This hot glue is very hot, and you can actually move it around for a little while. So we're letting it dry, and I'm letting the phone ring. I'll catch it in a bit. Now, one thing I do notice that and I'll show you in a second, these feet here can be turned, you know, any way you want them actually. And I really should have turned them on the outside on this one, but I'll show you in a second. It's not gonna hurt anything, but it made a little bit neater job when you pull it off. So that's all the little things that can be watched, I guess, when we're doing this. Now, one thing we can do, that these things do come off, so you could, you know, just take them off and redo it if you wanted to. So we'll let it dry here for just a little bit longer, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and get these feet put back on. This particular frame I use for training, that's the reason they're not screwed in. But here very soon, I will put it in service, and it'll all be screwed together. So you know, when I designed this body, I really liked it. I thought it was so different. And not only that, but it gives you a lot of room inside. Now, you know, you can put things on the deck on underneath here, but you can also put things underneath, or mount items underneath the canopy, because you have a pretty good, you know, bit of room there. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this successfully. There we go. And you can see what I was talking about, how they mounted. They should have been, I should have turned these around the other way, and actually I could have turned them this way, and you know, would have had more footing there. And I'll probably go ahead and do that, but for this video we'll go ahead and leave it as it is. The back ones came out good. This one's a little crooked. So that's a few of the things you can watch, and like I said, you could always take them off and redo it if you so choose. And I will take these two off, and I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna straighten this one out, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn both of these around, so you know, they're a little bit more tight on there. But that's all there is to it. And once again, it's always smart to, I think, you know, mark front and back on here, so when you take it off and you put it back on, it's easy to do. So I normally just, you know, mark it on the inside a little bit. But that's it, and you can see it went very good. Again, we're gonna call this one done, and thank you very, very much for watching, and please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. We're going to probably do the camera quad next, and I'm getting ready to put that on site, and it's really nice setup. I think it's a 9x5 body on that, and it's a good looking quad. So that'll probably be coming up next, and with a sharp build on it and the body build on it. And make sure and come and visit us and take a look around our site and see what's there. Anyway, thank you very much. Catch you on the next one. I took them off and turned them around and hot glued them back on. I couldn't leave it like that. So there they are. They look much better that way. So anyway, just wanted to let you know. Couldn't stand it. Have a good one.